Sure.
So what are human surgeons able to do well, and what are robot surgeons able to do well at this stage of our human civilization development?
Yeah, that's a good question. Humans are general purpose machines. We're able to adapt to unusual situations. We're able to change the plan on the fly. Um, I remember well a surgery that I was doing many years ago down in San Diego, where the plan was to um, open a small hole behind the ear and go reposition a blood vessel that had come to lay on the facial nerve, the trigeminal nerve, the nerve that goes to the face. When that blood vessel lays on the nerve, it can cause just intolerable, horrific shooting pain that people describe like being zapped with a cattle prod. And so the beautiful, elegant surgery is to go move this blood vessel off the nerve. The surgery team, we went in there and started moving this blood vessel, and then found that there was a giant aneurysm on that blood vessel that was not easily visible on the pre-op scans. And so the plan had to dynamically change, and that the human surgeons had no problem with that. We're trained for all those things. Robots wouldn't do so well in that situation, at least in their current incarnation. Fully robotic surgery, like the electrode insertion portion of the Neuralink surgery, it goes according to a set plan, and so the humans can interrupt the flow and change the plan, but the robot can't really change the plan midway through. It operates according to how it was programmed and how it was asked to run. It does its job very precisely, but not with a wide degree of latitude in how to react to changing conditions.
So there could be just a very large number of ways that you could be surprised as a surgeon. When you enter a situation, there could be subtle things that you have to dynamically adjust to.
Correct.
And robots are not good at that.
Currently.
I
think we are at the dawn of a new era with AI of the parameters for robot responsiveness to be dramatically broadened, right? I mean, you can't look at a self-driving car and say that it's operating under very narrow parameters. If a chicken runs across the road, it wasn't necessarily programmed to deal with that specifically, but a Waymo or a self-driving Tesla would have no problem reacting to that appropriately. And so surgical robots aren't there yet, but give it time.
And then there could be a lot of sort of semi-autonomous possibilities of maybe a robotic surgeon could say this situation is perfectly familiar or the situation is not familiar. And in the not familiar case, a human could take over. But basically be very conservative and saying, okay, this for sure has no issues, no surprises, and then let the humans deal with the surprises, with the edge cases, all that.
Yeah.
That's one possibility. So you think eventually you'll be out of the job. Well, you being neurosurgeon, your job being neurosurgeon. Humans, there will not be many neurosurgeons left on this earth.
I'm not worried about my job in the course of my professional life. I think I would tell my kids not necessarily to go in this line of work, depending on how things look in 20 years.
It's so fascinating because if I have a line of work, I would say it's programming. And if you ask me for the last, 20 years, what I would recommend for people, I would tell them, go. There's just, you will always have a job if you're a programmer because there's more and more computers and all this kind of stuff, and it pays well. But then you realize these large language models come along and they're really damn good at generating code.
Yeah.
So it's overnight you could be surprised, wow, what is the contribution of the human really?